Attention! Attention!
Good morning, everyone. My name is James Bold, lead meteorologist for First Coast Weather and News. Today's big story is a major cold front that is expected to sweep through the area early this evening. Main threats include strong gusty winds, damaging hail, and the potential for an isolated brief tornado or two. This type of pattern will become more and more common throughout the rest of the fall and into the winter months. In addition to severe weather, this cold front is expected to bring temperatures much below the seasonal average, with highs dipping into the mid-50s for much of our area in the days following the front's passage. Overall, once the storms pass, it is shaping up to be an extremely pleasant weekend across the First Coast. For our next story, Election Day is around a year away from today. Let's meet the candidates.
The following message is being transmitted at the request of the National Weather Service office in Tallahassee, Florida. A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for the counties of Dixie, Lafayette, Suwannee, Hamilton, Madison, and Taylor until 8:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 7:35 p.m. local time, National Weather Service meteorologists were tracking a strong line of thunderstorms affecting most of the Big Bend region of Florida. These thunderstorms are associated with the cold front and subsequent squall line. At 7:35 local time, this line was located around 8 miles east of Tallahassee and is moving east at around 55 miles per hour. For your protection, remain indoors and away from windows for the duration of this storm. This squall line has had a history of producing damaging wind gusts in the Tallahassee area. Threats include, but are not limited to, wind gusts in excess of 75 miles per hour, hail up to 2 inches in diameter, excessive cloud-to-ground lightning, and torrential rainfall. This thunderstorm is expected to cause considerable damage. Take shelter now. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for the counties of Dixie, Lafayette, Suwannee, Hamilton, Madison, and Taylor until 8:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The following is an administrative message, which is being broadcast at the request of civil authorities within Dixie County, Florida. Over the past hour, a strong line of severe thunderstorms moved through the Big Bend area of Florida. Damage has been reported across numerous counties, which includes, but is not limited to, Dixie, Suwannee, Hamilton, and Madison. While the threat for severe weather has passed for the evening, the danger is not over. Civilians have been reporting downed trees along roadways along with downed power lines. If you come across a downed power line, do not approach it. Even if it does not seem to be giving off electrical energy, it's better to keep your distance. Residents in the community of Cross City are being advised to remain off of the roadways for the rest of the evening, while Dixie County officials clean up the area. However, this is not in order. Thank you for your cooperation. It is greatly appreciated. For more information, tune into your local news station now. The following message is being transmitted at the request of civil authorities within Dixie County. A fire warning has been issued for Dixie County, active immediately and until further notice. At 8:48 local time, residents in Cross City began to report a large fire at the Steinhatchee Wildlife Management Area to the north of downtown. This fire was located about 2 miles outside of Cross City, to the northwest of Highway 351. While this fire has remained relatively stationary, there is still some risk it could spread further south outside of the wildlife management area. All residents within Cross City are being urged to pay close attention to the news over the coming hours, and remain alert for messages from public officials. If you observe the fire moving closer to Cross City or another populated area, do not hesitate to contact the National Weather Service or law enforcement. Repeating, a fire warning has been issued for Dixie County, active immediately and until further notice.
Good evening, Jacksonville. My name is James Bold, lead news anchor and meteorologist for First Coast Weather and News. It has been a very interesting evening in the area, as I am sure y'all have heard.
How could you not? I had thunder shaking my damn house before I came here.
It's been one of those nights, Chris. The setup for this evening, meteorologically speaking, wasn't anything exceptional, pretty typical pattern for the fall months. A strong cold front will sweep through the area overnight, making temperatures plunge up to 15 degrees below normal. Many parts of the First Coast will wake up to temperatures in the mid-50s, and we won't warm up much further than the 60s for the next few days.
After the wind we had, I'll take anything we can get at this point.
Couldn't have said it better myself. However, with the passing of this cold front came a strong line of thunderstorms, more commonly known as a squall line. This squall line had numerous embedded thunderstorms within it, some of them being severe. The National Weather Service has compiled at least 58 storm reports from across North Florida so far, many of them coming out of the Panhandle and Big Bend area. However, we have many reports coming from the First Coast as well. Chris, would you mind reading a few?
Sure thing, James. EAS Jacksonville recorded a wind gust of 75 miles per hour. Numerous trees were downed by thunderstorm winds in Alachua County. Hail as big as limes fell in the city of McLenny. Seems like Mother Nature had all her bases covered tonight.
That she does. Though right now the most damning scene of damage from this storm system is coming out of Dixie County. This is an area near the Big Bend area, and around an hour before this show began, a wildfire was reported near Cross City. As of now, officials say that the fire is not at risk of crossing over into the city, but with increasingly windy conditions following the cold front, I beg to differ.
Maybe we should head out there soon.
We'll have to see. For now, we'll have to see how the situation develops. Gas is expensive, Chris. For our next story, we have your weather outlook for the upcoming weekend.
The following message is being transmitted at the request of Dixie County Emergency Services. A local area emergency has been issued for Cross City, active immediately and until further notice. Throughout the overnight hours, multiple residents and trusted officials within the Cross City area experienced sightings of what has been described as a large feline creature. While reports vary on the specifics, experts at the Environmental Protection Agency stated it is most likely a Florida panther. Florida panthers are considered a federally protected species, meaning it is illegal to hunt or injure them. The Environmental Protection Agency is currently working with local partners to tranquilize and safely capture this panther. Most of the reports stated that the panther was seen on the outskirts of the Steinhatchee Wildlife Management Area, which is currently facing an ongoing wildfire. The current threat to humans is low, as Florida panthers often attempt to avoid confrontation with humans. However, that does not mean that they cannot attack. Violence should only be used as a last resort. If confronted by a Florida panther, attempt to scare it away, rather than acting hostile. Make yourself seem as big as possible to intimidate the creature. If you spot the Florida panther, please contact 911 immediately. Repeating, a local area emergency has been issued for Cross City, active immediately and until further notice. The following is an administrative message, which is being transmitted at the request of the Environmental Protection Agency, in conjunction with civil authorities within Dixie County. Throughout the day today, residents of Cross City have reported that their pets have been acting strangely. This has been observed in both domesticated dogs and cats, but seems to be affecting cats more. These pets have seen a sudden shift in behavior, which is believed to be due to the ongoing panther situation in the area. There have already been a handful of reports of resident pets going missing, and even one instance where a domesticated cat was seen confronting the panther. If you live in Cross City, we urge you to keep any and all pets indoors until this situation has been resolved. While the behavior of these animals has not shown to be a direct threat to humans, concerned owners may engage in dangerous behaviors to save their animals. It's better to avoid those kinds of situations altogether by taking the proper precautions. Thank you for your time. Have a good evening. This has been an administrative message. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, everyone. My name is James Bold, lead news anchor and meteorologist for First Coast Weather and News. Our top story for today brings us to a small town named Cross City, which is located in Dixie County. With a population of only around 2,000 people, it's a place that doesn't often get a lot of buzz on a state level. But recently, sightings of what is believed to be a Florida panther have shown a spotlight on the small town.
Not that those sightings have all been exactly positive. It has been reported on numerous occasions that the large creature has mauled numerous town pets and has been getting more brazen with its behavior towards humans. The strange part to me about all of this is, why don't we have any pictures of this thing by now?
That is true. I noticed that as well. You'd think after 2 days now and the story becoming state news that we would at least know what it looks like now. There have also been so many conflicting reports, and some of these are really strange. A few people have claimed that the cat has more than 4 legs attached to its body. One witness stated that it had 2 forearms and the ability to stand up on its hind legs, similarly to a human.
Sounds like some weird furry shit you'd see on DeviantArt.
I have no clue what any of those words meant, and I don't really want to know.
Smart move, James. However, these reports have something to them. The description actually matches a creature that is believed to just be folklore or an urban legend, the Wampus cat.
Oh, I've heard about this one, actually. Legend has it that a woman from a Native American tribe was cursed by a man within the tribe for eavesdropping on an important conversation. Now this cat-human hybrid stalks the South. This is also where the Wampus cat gets the much more intimidating name, the Cherokee Death Cat.
So a mythological cat creature came crawling out of the swamplands and is terrorizing a town? James, that has our names written all over it.
I'm not saying that's for sure what is going on. I'm just trying to explore every angle of the story. But I do have to admit this does sound like the type of thing we usually get involved with.
I say we get going. I'll even pay for the gas. It's about time we see some action.
Chris, when do we not see action? Anyway, folks, I guess I'm heading out to the Big Bend. We'll check back in later this afternoon once we get all set up in Cross City. See you then.
Following message is being transmitted at the request of the Dixie County Sheriff's Office. A law enforcement warning has been issued for the town of Cross City, Florida, active immediately and until further notice. At around 10:05 a.m. local time, emergency responders were on the scene of an apparent animal attack in northern Cross City. A residence of 4 individuals was found with the door completely torn to shreds, and everyone is either currently missing or was found dead at the scene. Residents in the city are being asked to remain off of Northeast 223rd Avenue while police conduct their investigation. As of preliminary investigation, the type of damage done both to the property and the victim seemed to be in line with that of a large bear, rather than the ongoing situation with the Florida panther in the area. It is likely that whatever creature was behind this attack was also displaced by a recent forest fire in the area. Residents are being urged to remain extremely vigilant for animal activity when out in public, especially on the northern side of town. Thank you for your time. It has been greatly appreciated. For more information on this developing situation, tune into your local news station now.
All right, Chris, we're almost there. Please make sure all of our stuff is all ready.
Yes, sir. We'll be ready to roll out right when we get there.
What? Why are the police on us?
Sir, are you aware of the situation occurring in the town up ahead?
With the Florida panther, I'm aware, officer.
Well, sir, I'm glad you're in the know, but we can't have you going up there right now. It's too dangerous for citizens.
I'm aware, officer. I'm not your average citizen, officer. I work for the Environmental Protection Agency.
Since when do...
Since before I started doing news broadcasting, Chris, just let me speak to the officer. Here's my card, sir.
Alright, you seem legit. Just be careful up there, alright? I heard a report from my buddies in town that a few people were just found dead not too long ago from an animal attack.
Sounds like we need to be on our way then. Thank you, officer. Stay safe. What a sucker. It's so easy to trick these feds.
You never actually worked for the EPA, do you?
Chris, I've never worked for the government a day in my life, and I don't ever plan on it.
Isn't that illegal?
What, are you a cop?
I have so much to learn from you.
Chris, are you seeing this?
I didn't know red houses were in season this year.
Yeah, something definitely is not right here. We need to find out who's in charge around here and get to the bottom of this.
The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Dixie County Sheriff's Office. A law enforcement warning has been issued for Cross City, Florida, active immediately and until further notice. Throughout the evening, multiple residents within the Cross City area reported that their pets had gone missing. As a result, many owners went after their animals, and many have not returned. Locals state that they have been hearing the call of what seems to be a feline creature. This is likely the roaming Florida panther that has been lurking around Cross City the past few days. The whereabouts of those that went outside in search of their pets is currently unknown. All residents in Cross City are being urged to remain indoors for the rest of the night. Do not open your door unless otherwise told to do so by law enforcement. Do not open your door if you hear the sound of a cat, even if your cat is gone missing. Panthers are known to be very intelligent creatures, and it is possible that they understand that they can use their call to lure humans in. For more information on this developing situation, tune into your local news station now.
What the hell is that?
Chris, don't open that door.
Why not? James, help me!
I've got you, Chris. Cover your ears. God damn it. Get away from my friend. Come on, Chris. Get up. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just a few scratches. What the fuck was that thing?
Well, it definitely was not a Florida panther. That thing was taller than both of us.
It's a story we're covering. Of course, it can't just be a normal panther.
The following message is being transmitted at the request of civil authorities within Dixie County, Florida. A shelter-in-place order has been issued for Cross City, active immediately and until further notice. Throughout the night, the Dixie County Sheriff's Office has received reports of nearly 24 injuries due to animal attacks. It is believed that the Florida panther that has been lurking around Cross City has become violent towards humans. All residents in the Cross City area are being urged to shelter in place. To shelter in place, remain indoors, away from windows and doors. Police forces are currently working with the Environmental Protection Agency to safely contain the Florida panther. However, if you are approached by this panther, the use of lethal force has been authorized to protect you and the ones around you. If you have a firearm in your possession, be sure to have it loaded and on hand. For more information, tune into your local news station now. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Dixie County Sheriff's Office. A law enforcement warning has been issued for Cross City, Florida, active immediately and until further notice. At around 6:20 p.m., Calls from concerned citizens reported that a strange, feline-like creature has been seen at the Cross City Airport. These reports do not match that of the Florida panther that has been seen in the area. The origin of this creature is currently unknown. However, it is believed that this creature is behind the rash disappearances and animal attacks in our area. Law enforcement is currently working to apprehend and contain the animal safely, though it has been fighting back. 2 officers have already been injured as of the issuing of this alert. All residents are urged to remain indoors until an all-clear message is given. Thank you for your time. It has been greatly appreciated. For more information, tune into your local news station now. The following message is being transmitted at the request of civil authorities within Dixie County, in conjunction with the Dixie County Sheriff's Office. This is an emergency update. Please listen carefully, as important information regarding a local situation will be contained within this alert. At 6:42 local time, law enforcement confirmed that they had killed a large feline creature near the Cross City Airport. It was initially believed that this creature was a rare Florida panther, though upon closer inspection, that does not seem to be the case. The animal does not resemble any known species of cat, large or small. In addition to that, this creature was observed being able to walk bipedally, like a human. Animal experts are currently being consulted to try and figure out the identity of this animal. In the meantime, all emergency alerts and warnings have been lifted. There is no active threat to you or your loved ones at this time. Thank you for your cooperation. It has been greatly appreciated. For more information on this developing situation, tune into your local news station now.
Good morning, Jacksonville. My name is James Bold, lead news anchor and meteorologist for First Coast Weather and News. As I'm sure most of y'all know, me and Chris have been away from the studio the past couple of days, and we're back to tell you what happened.
You're not gonna believe what we saw.
I'm still having trouble believing it myself. Would you like to do the honors, Chris?
I would love to. A few days ago, we headed out west to a small town called Cross City out in the Big Bend of Florida. After a strong thunderstorm moved through the area, residents started seeing wild animals in and around the town. This included a Florida panther, or so they thought.
For those of you who don't know, Florida panthers are incredibly rare to see in the modern age. It's believed there are only around 200 of them left in the wild, which is why once we heard about the panther sightings, we wanted to go investigate.
Yep, but we quickly found out that not everything was as it seemed. People and their pets started to go missing over the course of a few days. At the time, it was believed that the creature was not harming humans.
We found out rather quickly that was not the case.
I found out personally. The damn thing grabbed me and clawed the hell out of my arm. Thankfully, the scratches are healing up nicely.
That thing did a number on you. You lost a lot of blood that night.
It's just a little blood. I'll be fine. 'Tis but a scratch.
You kids are weird. Anyway, you may be wondering why we referred to the panther as the creature. That's because it wasn't actually a Florida panther. In fact, nobody really knows what it is.
That wasn't like any cat I've ever seen, not even on the internet. The thing had 6 limbs total.
Yeah, that was conveniently left out of the police report and all-clear announcement. It's also able to stand up on its hind legs like a person.
There's a few theories on what this creature could be. Personally, I'm still subscribed to my theory of the Wampus cat.
I may be inclined to agree. Conventional answers in science isn't exactly helping us get to the bottom of this situation. Personally, though, I'm content if we don't have to deal with any more eldritch horrors for a little while. But whatever happens, we will be there to discuss and cover it.
Somebody's got to do it.
That's right, Chris. But we love our jobs. I wouldn't have it any other way, and I'm sure you can say the same.
Of course.
That's what we like to hear. Anyway, folks, that's really all there is to the Cross City story. A mysterious creature, and a town once again changed forever. However, I'm sure they will build back even stronger.
Unfortunately, 6 people lost their lives to the Wampus cat, including 2 police officers who were trying to apprehend the creature without killing it. Seems like once the cat hurt one of the police's own, all bets were off.
Reportedly, it took more than 24 bullets for the cat to finally stay down, and this was from a mix of sources, handguns, assault weapons, and probably some buckshot from my 725.
Oh yeah, you didn't even tell them about that. The creature tried attacking us in the middle of the night.
It was a tricky little creature, but it's gone now.
I'm just glad this whole ordeal is over.
You can say that again. For our next story discussing the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's temperature outlook for December,